Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a live edit stream. This is a sort of impromptu thing that I thought of while I was shoveling the driveway. Actually, it was partly my wife's suggestion that I try live streaming while editing. She she watches a number of these people studying, people reading books on camera, um, and says that they're hypnotic. So I thought I would. And she suggested it. She says, "Oh, maybe people would want to watch you edit." I don't think so, but I do feel bad that I don't have a video ready. But it's just been well, there's a number of reasons that I haven't gotten it together. So I thought I would. I thought, well, I could live stream, but that will take away time from editing. And she said, well, you could do them both. So, hello, James, BD, General Nut. I don't know if General Nut's still there. He says, oh, like he clicked it thinking it was a video, which I would understand because I normally don't do live streams. Just as a quick word, can you hear me? I want to make sure because I haven't used this microphone often in the past. Usually it lights up saying, we can't hear you. Yes, okay, good, 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 good. Good, good. How is everyone doing today? Did you get snow where you are? Because we got snow. One of the things that's delaying the editing process is we got such a dump of snow last night. I spent the morning digging out the neighbor's approach. As the eldest, Fleetwood, he makes money shoveling the neighbor's driveway, and we don't let him do the approach though because we live on a very busy road. So I've got to dig that approach out, and then after lunch I went out and dug ours approach. 19 inches, BD. Hello, Mark Dickey. Hello, Mage. I am just very good. We can all delay each other in our videos. I know I probably delayed myself watching the Delver last night as he was playing Gamma World, and I definitely distracted myself with Lightmane and with and uh, Fate Master Cesium's videos, but they're fun distractions, so I was okay with that. Yeah, no snow so much in Tennessee. Oh dear, 50 to 70 mile an hour gusts. Good heavens. It was windy here last night as the snow was falling. It was going sideways. It was pretty freaky. Um, so it was not a great deal of fun. Yeah, there we are. So now what I'm doing right now, I started with, hello, Jimmy. Uh, just rain for Mark. Well, there you go. You don't have to shovel rain. We'll say that much. I started with about 50 minutes of video. Um, when I went to record it, I hadn't turned the furnace off, and this is a dangerous game. Turn the furnace off because you can forget to turn it back on. But I had, but I was recording, and suddenly the furnace kicked up. I'm like, okay, so it's deafening. And I record in the basement, one room away from where the furnace is, so it's deafening. So there was no point in continuing. So I stopped. I had about 16 minutes, and then I had to pick it back up with another 45-minute video. Um, that's about typical, 50 some minutes. And I'm right now what I'm doing is the first round of editing. I just cut it down. I just cut it down to get out all of the the double the well like that botched takes, things like that. I get all that out of there. I just cut it for time and content first, and then I go back a second time and I add in all the stuff. One of the things that happens is while I'm editing, I can't help myself and I start adding in the gags, which is not good. I should just do the one thing at a time. But there it is. That's me. The Gamma Minister. Hello, Signwolf Scrivener. Thank you very much. You're working on some models. Well, I have been doing more painting recently. I've got some stuff that I got from patrons, or with patron support, and So I've been doing a little painting. Some things are going to start showing up in a little bit. Anyway, I've got a click going on here. So one of the things that hello, Elite Gamer. What's going on is I'm editing video in a way that in hopes that will somehow be entertaining. I don't know if it is yet or not. I'm watching. I hate the sound of my own voice. Then I have to watch myself over and over and over and over again. But you got the Warduke action figure from NECA. Oh my heavens! You know what? I don't know that I had Warduke back in the day. I had Strongbeard or Big Mustache or whatever his name was, Strongheart, or Braveheart. No, that's Mel Gibson. But I had that then. I did not have the Warduke back in the day, and I do not have it now. Strongheart, thank you, Mitch. Yeah. No, I had the Bugbear, I had the Fire Elemental, I had the Troglodyte, which seemed big. I always think of troglodytes as being roughly human size. So, I don't know. It seemed a little large for me. Zealot miniatures. I've never even heard of those. I've been trying to get the friendly local game store to just stock Reaper, right? Because all they have is WizKids, which is fine. They're good minis, but it's for some variety, you know. Anyway, but here I am. I'm editing for time, but I can't help myself. I've got to throw in a visual, a little boom graphic. And the reason is I had to cut two bits of the same thing together where I say boom. And the first time I said boom and then I flubbed the next bit. So I cut to another one, and the boom is a good cut because you can put the graphic on the screen and it hides the fact that you've cut two pieces of video together so that the image doesn't jump. It's a visual distraction. There we go. That worked nicely. I am trying to keep an eye on the chat as well. I'm not great at it to start with. All right. Someone was commenting, I think it was Fate Master Cesium actually, was commenting on my use of cuts to cover up flubs and things like that. A lot of it, though, is actually, so some of it is to cover up flubs. And so obviously if you cut two pieces of video together, you'll see the jump, and I like it to feel like one take, even though obviously it isn't. But I also use it even when there isn't a flub or anything, just to emphasize points or for rhythm or to break up the interest of it. Now, I say now a lot. I notice this every time I edit a video. I say now and I, it's that kind of stuff, and it drives me nuts about myself. But then I get to recording a new video and I do it again. So it's just my idiom. I've also noticed that my voice has these little clicks and pops in them, and it really bugs me. But I try to edit them out, but they're all over the place. Just little snaps and pops as moisture in my mouth. It's gross. I don't like it. Oh, well. So yeah, we started at 50-some minutes of video, and I think we're at about 19 and a half minutes in, and it's about 42 minutes of video left. So there's a lot that gets cut out. A lot gets cut out. Good evening, Matt. Tea and a donut, or coffee and a donut. Coffee and a donut, very good. I miss coffee. I give up coffee for Lent, which is one of the reasons that I slept through our normal game time. And sleeping through our normal game time is part of why I was so late in filming this, or playing this last game and then filming it, which is why I delayed this week. The videos before posting, it's about half. It's about half. It takes me around usually 45, 50 minutes, sometimes an hour of recording, but then I cut them down, and they're generally 30, 35 minutes long. And editing and talking at the same time, David. I don't know how well I'm doing the editing. You can judge as the next video comes out. I don't know if I'm doing it very well, but I am doing it. Part of it is I'm really just looking for pace and content. I'm not listening carefully to what I say. I've already heard it. Yeah, this actually helps me avoid throwing just focusing on content and cutting and length, rather than throwing all the gags in and stuff, because I've already got two things going on. Oh man, I'm going on. Take a breath, dude. Take a breath. There we go. Part of it is finding the rhythm, right? There's a rhythm in when you cut and when anyone who edits video knows there's just a way that you can't just cut anywhere. It has to be good, but it needs to feel like the right spot, because the cuts are actually part of what you're narrating in a way. The cuts are part of the narration. The medium is the message, part of our heritage. The caffeine headaches last for about 3 days, 4 days tops. Yes, the fish well, I mean, that's tough during Lent. If you're going to have fish and chips for Fridays in Lent, then what do you have? Your fish and what? I think that might actually be harder for me than coffee. It's actually caffeine, I should say, not coffee, because it's tea, pop with caffeine in it. Hey, maybe Mobius. Just don't break sentences. Yes, unless there's a stylistic reason for it. Every rule, right? Every rule is made to be broken. Hello, Tonka brother. How are you doing? It's a pity, Tonka. My condolences to you on the passing of Bogo Jorts last night. I came in, he was already gone, so I didn't actually get to hear how he went. I trust it was gallant and ridiculous, equally gallant and ridiculous. The love is you guys know each other too, so it's not all on me. To a second breakfast joke. You should have seen today as we were shoveling after. So my eldest, Fleetwood, he shovels the neighbor's yard. He gets paid. The neighbor's driveway. He gets paid for that. Our middle guy, Touchberry, shovels our driveway, and then the youngest, Bob Johnny, he shovels the sidewalks. And I'm telling you, Touchberry was out there. Let's call him Touchberry. Touchberry was out there like a machine, throwing snow. It was close to 2 hours he was shoveling. Close to 2 hours. And eldest did a good. He had to do 2 shifts because the car was in the way. Had to wait till the neighbor moved the car, but he got it done. And they piled the snow so high, and the middle guy got up on the top, and Touchberry got up on the top. He's standing on top of this heap of snow, which is as tall as I am, and I'm 6'1", so he's a huge heap of snow. Like, I don't know, like Leo and Kate at the prow of the ship kind of thing. Yeah, Uncle Brad, I want to say welcome to the club. Saw you on uh, Patreon and Discord. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. All right. Sorry, not saying anything. That was a bit of a quiet bit. I'm trying to edit in. Whenever I have character talking, I try to get a zoom in relatively close so that it I don't know, it feels sort of an intimacy to it. And so I get the real close up. Hello, Lightning. Good to see you too. I was just saying I was watching your videos this past week. It's got a really cool thing goes on Lightning with a bunch of dragons who are actually, or not a bunch of dragons, a dragon, but a dragon who is created by a child's imagination. Like the force of imagination is so strong that it creates this actual being, which is like, it's cool because it's a meta sort of thing about role-playing games in general, right? Because the whole thing is something we make up, right? So the whole world that we're playing in is like that. Question, I've always wondered. Oh, Tonka, God bless you. You asking if since Jesus turned water into wine, is that precedent for ministers blessing alcohol to make holy beer or wine or whiskey? Well, you'd have to start with, water if you really wanted to follow the master there. We certainly use wine in the Eucharist, though, so you know that. You know the answer to that question. But what about second breakfast? I'm laughing at myself. Sorry. I do get a quick chuckle out of it. So I got to get more time out of this, so this is going to be a very long video. I'll probably have enough to come out. Yeah, it has been a bit wild lately. Whenever Lent rolls around, and we're starting Lent, that's a heavy time. But also, we've got a number of parishioners who are sick, including one with COVID. I just found out last night. He's in a hospital, so I'm praying for him. But and just some other things unrelated to COVID. But how long roughly did it take for the party to level up to level 4 expert rule set? Oh golly, I don't even remember what episode it was. What adventure / episode it was they leveled up. Obviously, the thief much earlier because they level up so quickly. But elves take forever. They're just 5th level for the last 2 or 3 up in those 2 caves they explored when they went out looking to try to suss out Evalio's lair. They never did. They found 2 caves with other things in them. One of them, actually, they did find Evalio's lair, but he was no longer there. He'd moved on. He joined the Goblin army. But they leveled up there. So it was like 3, maybe 4 adventures ago. So not long. I don't remember when they hit 4 though. So long. I don't know, light main. I don't know why they did that. I feel like it should be. You know, there's some just they start out so powerful that they but then everyone starts out pretty powerful in 5e. So maybe that's it. Thank you, Tonka. Thank you. Yeah, it is a rough time. We got another parishioner who I mean, she's not most, but a lot of our parishioners are long time folks, and gosh, she's been so faithful, and whenever anyone else is sick, you know, she's there with cards and food and stuff like that, and she is really in rough shape, and so we're all praying for her too. It's been a rough one. It's been a rough winter, but there it is. So clearly, you know, when that kind of stuff's happening, that does take precedence. As much as I enjoy doing this, that's kind of my job. I've got such a dopey face. I'm watching the video. I've got such a dopey face. Now, can you hear any bleed over from the headphone? That would be funny if I was spilling the whole episode. Oh well. More halflings coming. Nope. Good. What? Did I say that twice? Excellent. Thank you, Jimmy. I pop this down. Oh, that's actually less comfortable somehow. So I'm. Hey, you good night to her, and have a good night yourself, Matt. God bless you. Thanks for checking in. I know this is scintillating watching me stare at the computer screen, open mouth. Yeah. I can't see myself actually because I've covered up that part of my screen with the editing software. Oh, there I am. Boy, I'm ugly. Oh, there's 18 folks out there. Hi, 18 folks. I should spill a secret so that 18 of you know some insider. Well, they see a flash of white in the forest. That could be anything. That could be anything. Oh well. Let's see something. Trip trot. Ooh. A flash of white. This is taking forever because there's the moment. I love when there's a moment of stillness, right? When it's an action, stuff happening, and then there's just this stillness. It's a brilliant moment, and I'm not complimenting myself on this because it's anytime that happens in the game, that happens, and in any storytelling, in any drama, when that that moment of oh, you know, and so then you gotta try to edit it in such a way that it sings in the telling, in the showing. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Sometimes the art of storytelling is the natural flow of conversation. Yes. Yeah, dramatic pause. I am like an action cat. I have dramatic pause. That was a stupid joke. That was a stupid joke. Bill would tell me to get out, but it's my live stream. He can't. All right. There has to be. I don't know. What I've been editing on is Magic's Edit Pro Premium. Clunky name, but there has to be a smoother way to do most of this. I feel like I'm always going to the most basic, the lowest level, and building from scratch every single time. It's kind of some sort of template I could just click on these things. And that's one of those things that I want to do, but if I take time to do it, I won't get done what I'm doing now, and so I never do it. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. All right. That'll do. That'll do. Stop fussing with it. Stop fussing with it. So we're going to the friendly local game shop tonight again for Dungeons and Dragons. My 5e, my eldest plays that there. It's such a raucous table. You can hardly hear anything in the room. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And kids shouting and I mean they're all having a good time, but it's insanity. Our parish group got like that the last time, a little like on edge. But I mean, they were having fun, so that was cool. But it was a little much for your old dungeon minister. Another one of those still points. So now I wonder if with Trick Trot and a flash of white in the forest, you know what they encounter. Probably do. You probably do. Can I eat some? Says Touchberry. Of course, Touchberry wants to eat it. It's like a very strange reaction channel, like reaction videos where you're watching someone else watching a video, but I'm watching myself. It's very meta. Very meta. I should have done this on StreamYard. I could show you the screen, although that would spoil things. Oh, not necessarily because you could see it, but you wouldn't be able to hear it. I also say on they go a lot. In they go, on they go, boot it. It's like I'm a soundboard with sound clips programmed in, and I just press different buttons as I speak. Yeah. if that's for me, like, man, we're doing pretty well. A little tired of the snow, a lot tired of the snow. Trying to play every week. It's been a bit of a, again, challenge lately, but no, we're doing good, and they are enjoying it. Last the last time there was a lot of silliness. You'll hear about it. One of the things we did in this, and you'll see in the video, the thing we did in this adventure was some random encounters that were planned. Like, as in when they happened would be random, but I knew that certain things were going to happen. It was, like the same way that you're going to fight the goblins in the dungeon because there they are in the dungeon, and um, so it was some planned encounters in the woods. Yes, I think she mostly does it for the sake of the kids, right? Um, I don't think she would join a game otherwise. Um, it is really for the sake of family time and that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, it's a family time thing. She mostly knits while we're doing it, and then she'll throw in, you know, um, the odd suggestion to sort of usually to rein them in as they're starting to you know get in danger of losing their status as lawful in the game. But no, we just enjoy she more just enjoys the family time. First winter we moved from Texas to Virginia, I was absolutely enchanted by the snow. The charm does indeed wear off, though still think it's pretty. Yes, and that's Virginia. That's Virginia. Ho ho ho. You want snow, my friend. Oh, it honestly, the by the time the middle guy was done shoveling, he was throwing, and he's not a kid, right? He's 10, but he's throwing this stuff up. The pile came up to here on me, along the side of the driveway, up to here on me. It was deep, and it was drifting. Instead of blowing snow everywhere, it was drifting and deep. And then, of course, the plow comes by and heaps it into your driveway, which they have to do to clear the road. But, and it's heavy and wet. And then we have here in town, we have this special treat, the sidewalk plow, which goes along. And in case what the street plow threw into your approach wasn't enough, the sidewalk plow then comes and pushes everything from the sidewalk to either side. So you have more in your approach and some in your actual driveway too. And they usually wait until you've cleared out everything, and then they come by so they can spot. I know that's not why they're doing it. I know. But 4 feet, Uncle Brat. Good heavens, where are you, Uncle Brat? The North Pole? Nothing brings family together like killing monsters and looting tombs. That's right. The family that slays together stays together. Minneapolis. Well, yes, that'd do it. Minneapolis. Oofta. There we go. Yeah. Actually, kind of helping me keep focused. I might get myself. I might get myself edited for time. The Giant series, yes. Um, Bill did a deep dive on the Against the Giants, that whole series, the G series. Sounds frightening. There we go. Snowplow, the municipal workers union. I could be the chaplain. So here's one of those things where you get the effect, right? So a cut in or out, right? Based not on covering up a mistake or a flub or connecting two pieces, but based on um, this time a cut out. they're in the forest and they're staring up for a reason that you'll they're staring up, staring up, staring up, and then they're surprised by something at ground level. Because they're all looking up. And I don't know. I amuse me because I'm stupid, but no, I amuse me because I make a goofy face, and that is really the level of humor that I'm operating on most of the time. I do enjoy bringing in the pop culture nonsense later. Oh, God bless you, Dungeon Delver. What are you doing there? Hello, Dungeon Delver. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thanks for taking all the snow we didn't get here in eastern Iowa. Oh, Iowa can get deep too. Hello, Delver. How are things down in sunny Florida? Well, I know how things are down in sunny Florida. I was watching you last night. I am very glad, Mr. Delver, that you have got your vehicular woes addressed. I am amusing myself again. It was not planned there, Bill. I was just I was shoveling, and I thought I should live stream. I should live stream just because I felt bad that I didn't have a video ready. And then uh, I thought, but if I live stream, I won't have time to edit. It'll take away editing time. It'll make my video later. And then I thought, oh wait, I know. My wife had suggested. She actually suggested a while ago that I could do this. I said, yeah, it'll take away time if you're watching me mutter into my you watching me mutter into my good googly moogly Uncle Brat. Good heavens! I think I need to rename this the Uncle Brat channel. God bless you. Thank you. I mean, honestly, really. Good heavens! I keep checking it to make sure. Good heavens! Thank you. Really, honestly, thank you. Now wow, wow. It's been it's actually been a kind of tight time lately. So wow, thank you. That goes. That's wow. Thanks, Uncle Brat. Thank you. Um, I try to keep on my feet, but that that was yeah that knocked me out right off. Thank you again. I keep saying it, but there's really not a lot else I can say. Bless your soul. Um, yes, John Scotto, I did say that. Don't tell the bishop, please. Uh, yes, I did say that. I did say that. Um, yeah, it's the bishop. It's the bishop. I was trying to find that I was going to do a gag about that and use just an image or a GIF of it. I just couldn't find. No, I know what it is. I could find them, but they were all because of the era and BBC. They were all so lousy. The video was so grainy and difficult to see. Um, Kaboom, indeed. Don't read the super chat. Don't read the super chat. It's the bishop. I think Uncle Brett is now the bishop. I think we have to make him the bishop. There I am saying now again. Good heavens. Yes, I think Bill. What would Bill be in the church? What would Bill be in the church? Um, I think he'd be a professor of theology. He'd be a professor of Dungeons and Dragons theology, and uh, you would listen to sermons, and of students and nod and things like that, and then in the faculty lounge, you should hear the direct that I just heard. Oh, good heavens! Love, true love, will stay with you forever. Marriage, marriage is what brings us together today. Oh well, that was one of the signature moments right there. I was just watching something about apparently Wallace Shawn in the filming of Princess Bride. Wallace Shawn was certain that he was going to. I guess they had wanted Danny DeVito for Vizzini initially, and Wallace Shawn was certain that at any moment Reiner was going to say, no, no, this is not working. Go home, Wallace. We're going to bring in Danny. Like at any minute he was going to get canned because he hadn't been the first choice. Orthodox or heterodox, all theology professors are heterodox. Don't say that. Tell the bishop I said that. No, no. I think you would be if it's D&D. You would be Orthodox. Certainly, certainly. He was perfect. Absolutely. I couldn't imagine it with Danny DeVito. It would be funny, but it would be much different. It would be more. I mean, I'm thinking of him as Louis. You know, I'm thinking of him as Louis, and so it would be like Vizzini, but crude. You know, just I don't know if it would work. I don't know. I think it would work. It would just be so different, so different. Inconceivable. John, I don't use modules to flesh anything out. What I will do is I will harvest ideas from them. Like I'll pick it. It won't be anything like playing the module, but I'll take a concept from something. Um, and here I'm talking more about back in the day when I was gaming um, with the high school group. Um, Charlie and Mike and Ryan, were their names. My buddies back in high school. Um, but then I would do that for those. I would grab an idea, um, maybe even just like almost an image, Saber River, right? So this river, and that was about it. Like I wouldn't go real far with it. We tried to play the Endless Staircase, but that is really a tough module to play. It's not a very good module. And the cover art, it's fabulous about that cover art. It's a Larry Elmore cover, but you wouldn't know it looking at it. It's lousy, and he was so unhappy with his work. And I imagine there was a deadline, and he was rushed on it because the figures look all out of proportion, and they're just not good. And so it has a different name. I can't remember the name he used. Bill probably knows it. The name he uses when he didn't like what he did. He didn't like his own work. Got base coats on 2 minis and started wasting time on YouTube, and here I ended up. That back in the old Parker land. I did not go to Parker. I went to Craig. Are you talking Janesville, Wisconsin? Because I come from Janesville, Wisconsin, and there were 2 schools. There was Parker and there was Craig. I was a Craig student, Didn't go to Parker. Um, Cow Pie High, we called it, which is rude, but there it was. But the great thing, Mobius, is you can paint and waste time on YouTube at the same time. I often do. Parker pens, yes. Well, same Parker. Yes. Parker pen, the offices for it, I know where the factory was. I mean, I was a kid. They would long since moved out of town by the time I was old enough to kind of know, but there was a headquarters for it on the route that my grandma would take when she would pick me up from school when I briefly lived at my grandparents'. Long story. But we'd pass it, and I always thought it looked, I just thought it looked so romantic. Not romantic, love romantic, but it looked like the feeling that they tried to capture, and I think successfully captured in Mad Men, the TV show. That it had that aura of slick business, men in suits, you know. No, well, you know what? I might take. I wouldn't just plop it down, Hamlet, plop it down unedited, but I might use some idea of of Hamlet. I might use some idea, some characteristic of it. Um, Primered 65 plastic minis. Good heavens, Cal. Hey there, Dark Knight of Hibernia. Yes, higher ideals, or that pull toward, that pull toward some intrinsic something that's calling. Your last name is Parker. Tonka Todd Parker. Well, there you go. Learn something every day. History lesson from Tonka. My church sermons. Well, you know what? I think they're fine, but ask the congregation. If you really want to know, you can find by going to the channel, to the my subscriptions are public, and the church is one of the channels that I subscribe to. And actually, no, we don't do that anymore. I do have some on there. During COVID, I had to do videos. Now we're just live casting onto Facebook, so you'd have to find the church's Facebook page. Somebody early on figured out where I was. It was lovely because what they ended up doing is sending me that hobgoblin bugbear figure that's on the table. I had no idea who it was, because they bought it from eBay and just had it show up. But so they must have figured out what church I was at. More importantly, are there dwarves? The audio keeps dropping in and out. Oh dear. That may just be when I stop talking, Bill. The audio is 5x5 on your end. I don't know what that means, Tonka, but oh, very good. Okay. Hello, Nordic Maelstrom. Not a lot, mostly me staring slack-jawed at the screen. A couple of extremely generous super chats, and talking about Parker pens. Talking about Parker pens. Stepped away to answer a call. What are we talking about now? We're talking about Parker pens. We're talking about romanticism. We're talking about Hamlet. And we're talking about, I don't know, and my sermons. Swords and Wizardry, or Osric. Yeah, I assume that at some point they're going to start, expanding beyond, because if the current trend of D&D is going to go into online stuff, and they all have, because we don't do video games in the house. We don't have a video game system. They don't play games online. So my eldest especially has developed an actual suspicion and dread of video games. So I suspect as it moves more and more into that kind of realm, and I know they say it's not a video game, it's not a video game, it's a video game. As it moves closer to that, I suspect they will seek other things to do, or they may just stick with BECMI and 5e. Those are the two systems they really know. We have looked at, like most people, I think, looked at Burning Wheel and thought that would be fun to play. And Adventure Conquer King and Conan as well. Well, my eldest really liked reading Conan. It might have been the illustrations of the women. I don't know, but anyway, he really enjoyed looking that one over. So eventually they may spread out into something else. Arthurian type romanticism. We were talking more of 50s 50s cool. You can't make a omelet. He's just suspicious of video games, Dark Knight. I think he just is. I don't. He also had for the longest time he was terribly suspicious of teenagers, and now that he is one, we're kind of watching to see if he's suspicious of himself. A specific rule set or an amalgam of numerous game rules. It is BECMI with homebrewing. BECMI with homebrewing. The only time I do anything that comes from like outside of the system is when I want to bring in a monster that doesn't exist in BECMI, because it had a pretty trimmed down monster manual, monster list. So I'll bring in something. I mean, I brought in a mimic, for instance, and I brought in things from the Grenadier catalogs had this monster manuscript they put together in order to sell more miniatures, but it was really kind of a neat resource. And so I pulled some monsters from there. Some of the monsters that are in BECMI, but I liked how Grenadier did it better. So I've done that a couple times. Yeah, Delver has some excellent Dwarven Forge and points a camera down into it so you can see what's going on. Hello, the revolution of gaming. Yeah, and ran with you. I've got too much stuff. The most I would ever do is what Delver does with the camera on it. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I would. All that foam. What do the kids plan to do once their demi-human characters level out? That is a good question. Obviously, because leveling pretty much doubles every level in BECMI. I don't know if it might in other systems as well. I know it doesn't in 5e, or if it does, anyway, it doesn't matter. Because it doubles, it takes progressively longer to go up a level. You get from 1 to 2 relatively quickly. Not elves; they take forever to do everything, but it's going to be a while. I've got a large sort of meta a chapter of the campaign, a book of the campaign, a volume of the campaign, if you will, that finishes with a big bad. And once the big bad goes, it will resolve a number of issues. It's sort of a cascading. There will be some mop up afterwards, some denouement, but some issues that if they take that one out, it will cause some other issues they'll have. But those will be lesser, and by then for them will be easy. Not easy, but not hugely challenging. They do want to build a stronghold. Touchberry does at least, and Fleetwood's willing to help him build it. Bob Johnny's just sort of there, hey, whatever. But I don't know. I know there is a way to. I think it's in rules cyclopedia that semi-humans keep leveling, and of course Beckme has a means of increasing their skills and proficiencies. So we may do that. I don't know. It kind of depends on how they feel. They may just roll new characters. I don't know. Yeah, 20 is the top. And hello, grumpy old Slam. The epic fight with the dragon that's looming. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm not going to tell him that, or he'll take it as a challenge, you know. And then he'll light 3 houses on fire, and then okay, let's bring on the dragon. Come on, let's go. Yeah, you're still playing the person, and yeah, I mean, there's still goals that don't involve the leveling. And there is, as I said, there is baked into Back Me. There's a means of advancing skill levels, and I don't know if they'll be interested in that or not. I think by then they may want to just play something else. You know, what I would probably do is set it in the same world so that every once in a while they would hear about their old characters. You know, they're famous now. They'd like that. Oh, your demoness is out of your campaign. Is she? She want to move to Honeywood? That would really mess with the town. Have you been any chance checked out Low Fantasy Gaming? No, I've not. I've not. Yeah, I've never actually. We and we were playing Back Me. I've never I've never given a huge serious investment in other systems, and it's not because I don't think they'd be good or any of that. It's just like we're still having fun with this one, you know. Um, in the same way that it's like, you know, no, I haven't checked out other girlfriends. I'm dating someone. Um, so I'm not dating anyone. I'm married. Just to, in case my wife is watching in the other room. But yeah, so I've never really given serious look at any other system. If we, if they decided they didn't want to play, you know, the characters they're playing now, I might then explore some other system just for fun. Hello in there, Lux. Very funny mages musings. Oh my. I forgot I did this. I just recorded it like 2 days ago. No, yesterday, actually. Hello, Decado. How are you doing? How are you doing, Decado? I just recorded this yesterday and I forgot bits of it that I said. I'd said that. Boy, that's really. I think so too. I think so too, Nordic. Um, I think it is right in the zone. I suspect Eldest probably will keep gaming. You know, this will be part of his life for a very long time. The other two, they enjoy doing it certainly. Um, and part of it, of course, is it's time altogether where we're doing something. Part of it is that. Um, and so if I had said, yeah, when I was a teenager, I liked to put together puzzles, and we started putting puzzles together, they probably would be, you know, big on that. It's about time spent together. But for the eldest, I really think he's got the bug on it. Tomb of Horrors, yeah. Someone should do a Tomb of Horrors to Beckme conversion. It wouldn't be hard. I mean, really, honestly, in terms of um, deadliness, that's less about which system you're using. Well, I guess if you're using 5e, that's harder. But what level are the characters now? We got a 6th level thief, 6th level thief, and a 6th level thief and halfling, and 2 5th level elves. I haven't done one of those in a while. Thank you for the reminder. I should do, and I didn't this time either. I should do an update on where they are, on what levels they are. Tomb of Horrors reworked for Beckme. I think what we need is Delver's idea of a Tomb of Horrors movie, just as a straight up horror film. Maybe you don't even begin it with any like introduction of the characters. The first scene is entering, and it's boom. No chance to build any sense of safety at all. Closer with that one. Zoom in further, Father, so we can see your ugliness in 3D. No, not that close. We don't need to count the nose hairs, Father. All right. I heard a really nice tip a little while ago in video editing that what you want when you go between two cuts, you want the eyes to remain at around the same place in the screen, same level, horizontal level, and obviously back side to side as well. The eyes stay relatively in the same place. And it's true. I do my editing now and I go, oh, that looks much better. Oh, that didn't work though. Let me do that. Ooh, don't. Other way. Remember, left is right, right is left. Do the PDF, the original Tomb of Horrors. It's for original D&D, and therefore, aha. There you go. Hello, Battle of Pelennor Fields. Good to see you. I'm actually at about where I was going to stop doing this because my wife needs to get in here. She brought groceries home earlier, and I was like, put them away. That's okay. But she was being polite. She didn't. 3 right to make a left. Yeah, no, when you take the video and you want to select a portion of it, and then you think, oh no, my face needs to be a little further over this way, that way. You have to move the square the opposite direction, and it it takes me a long time to figure that out. Oh, Battle of Pelennor Fields has an awesome story. You should check out his channel. Although I don't know if you've uploaded him in a while, Pelennor, but he's got a great project underway. Well, Cinewolf, I have to say I haven't I haven't killed anyone in this campaign. And partly it's because I'm gaming with little kids, right, and brothers, and the acrimony if one of the 3 of them died, and when telling when we started a 6-year-old, oh yes, your character's dead, that wasn't going to happen. So I did. I was careful with him. Mobius, I have been saying for a while now, even though it's this dump of snow, right? It was a blizzard last night, 0 visibility kind of stuff. But still, today it's warm out. We were shoveling without jackets on because once you start working, you don't want it. And there's a sense in the air that, oh yeah, there's some snow, but we all know it's spring. We all know it's actually spring. Excuse me. Here, you were asking earlier. I'm going to ask Fleetwood. What do you plan on doing with in the game? What would you want to do once your character levels, maxes out in levels?
I was thinking about trying to make a stronghold in the forest. I'm having trouble remembering. West of Honeywood.
So a stronghold in the forest west of Honeywood.
Because that seems to be where most of the bad guys come from.
That's where a lot of bad guys are centered. So he would put a stronghold west of Honeywood in the woods. So he's got character ambitions beyond leveling up. There you are, Mage's Musings. You got it. You got it. Thank you, Grumpy Old Slan. It was something that almost happened off stage. I mean, because the wagon was in the way, but the impact then sort of lingered for them. When is Touchberry's marriage going to happen? Well, in this last one, he was all keen to get married. He went back to the Shire and he saw his girlfriend and he didn't propose. I'm like, what? I don't know. It isn't spring until June. Well, not really, but it's in the air though, Uncle Brad, isn't it? Like you could kind of feel it coming. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Yes, save those coins. Well, he just spent a whole bunch of them bribing a giant, so. Oh well. Yeah, he's getting ready to clear that hex. Well, I know, Josh, you are a fan of the dwarves. We've got more dwarves, though. We've got more dwarves coming. We're going to get more dwarfy coming up because they're going to have to dive into battle against all these goblins, right? So we're gonna get dwarfy. The halflings are there too, of course, and they're mightier than they look.
Maybe, we hope.
I know, Mark. I know. And they don't seem to put two and two together there. But anyway, I keep hoping.
Okay, let's dive into battle with no preparation.
Short squad. I want Touchberry's gonna Touchberry on a t-shirt, by the way, Nordic. Well, I do go on here. Tonka Todd says the invisible horse at Dungeon Delver's place says hello. That's just one level weirder than even you go, but there you have it. Hello, Adam. Have we got to talking about giant bees yet? No, we haven't. But so if you've seen on the if you're on the Facebook, if you are on Facebook, but you haven't found my Facebook page, it's in the description down below. A link to that and Twitter as well. I think they're both down there. I posted a couple of pictures recently of I was using an AI art generator to just try to give myself some visual because I didn't have a visual for a moment, and so I generated some things. I put a couple of the images out. Saw a bald eagle at work the other day. Reminded me of all the Floridians I know. Is that what you're called? Oh, the invisible horse named Tonka that that they encountered at Silvius's place. That was fun. Bob Johnny got his finger nipped by an invisible horse. That's a good music suggestion, Nordic. That's a very good music suggestion. I like that. I haven't thought of them as mounts, but that's a good idea. Okay. Zoom in. All right. Well, I don't like to close parties when they're hopping. I mean, we're at 25, which is fabulous. I think they'll do a little bit longer here, but I do have to at some point I've got to shut her down. Oh dear. See, I've backed myself into a corner here with my cuts. Now I'm just gonna have to wipe that out. I backed myself into a corner where I need room for something to show up in the corner, and I can't do it with a close up. So I'm gonna have to save the close up for some other time. This is the thing that happens. Bob Johnny's gonna retire and open Papa Johnny's. So we got a quick Touchberry is gonna Touchberry poster designed for the T-shirt. Touchberry's gonna Touchberry. There you go. You heard me talking. Fabulous. That's gonna go up on social media. There we are. Straight to the fridge. Yeah, well, first to the scanner, then to the fridge. It's the modern age, Mobius, you know. All right. Oh, all the best to you too, Adam. Yeah, I gotta. It's 4:42. I do have to shut down soon here. Yes, RPG Grandma does. RPG Grandma just showed up. I didn't even see in the stream. I was like, "Hello, RPG Grandma." Good heavens, we have a whole bunch of. You know what we do before we go? If you have your own channel, if you post videos, if you have content here, please in the chat do a little hand raising or some icon that will indicate. You know what we'll do? Maybe what would be a good emoji to put? Like a big a big hand like that. Put a big hand like that if you, in the chat. There we go. Dungeon Delver's got one. All right. If you've got content and if you put stuff out, let people know, and they can come find you, because I think it's a great thing. We get ideas from each other, you know, and honestly, like this is my community of friends now. I mean, it is. I sit in my kitchen talking to my friends, and I love you guys. I really do. When I'm really busy, I just can't get on and listen to the latest episode of someone and Mage or Lightning, or I can't see what's Takata been up to. When I can't do that, it's like, oh man, it feels isolating. And the times when I can be on, especially you guys who live stream, or just talking to you in the comment sections of your videos, it's like having this huge, dispersed, amorphous, wonderful, crazy group of friends. So thank you all. Yes, I'm glad everyone put up. So check out if you are anyone who enjoys. Well, if you're here, you must enjoy watching YouTube videos, because this would be sheer torture if you didn't like watching YouTube videos. All of the folks there who put their hand up. Tonka, are you making videos now, or do you mean that you're on Delver? Because okay, scratch your head. There we go. You say I thought you were waving by. Okay, bless your soul. No, but find go up and find those folks and watch their stuff, because I know everyone who raised their hand there. I've seen their stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Now John chapter 1. Indeed. This is the best YouTube channel and community. Well, that's very kind of you, Josh. You guys, all of you, have a good rest. Hey, Ian. You guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Delver. Thank you, Uncle Brat. Thank you, all of you.